How many years had it been? 6? 7? It was February 14th, she knew that. But what year? She couldn't remember. But then each day since that day, it seemed like a year, and each year like a single day. In truth, she didn't remember much of the first days or years in a haze of morphine and comas, a number of pills and injections. Fusillades of pain beyond tears were incalculable. How many surgeries? 50, 60? For what? For this?
For this moment.
When they told her this was the best it was going to get, that she would have to live with it the way it was. It was not as if she even hesitated to look in the mirror anymore, not when she had to remove her dentures very carefully and painfully, or when she had to adjust the wig gingerly over her scalp and forehead. And she would check in the mirror to see that the scarf was pulled as far as possible over what had been her nose, over the remnants of her lower jaw. She would check the oversized movie star sunglasses she wore day and night to cover the deep, jagged scars around her eyes. She would look in the mirror to make sure the facade was still there, but she never focused her eyes past the accoutrements she wore to block it. Well, not it, but her. To block her.
That's funny,
she said to herself, and smiled. Or at least what passed for a smile in her distant, faded memory bank of expression. That is maybe what she missed the most. Smiling, frowning, scowling, making funny faces, making scary faces.
Now that's funny,
she said out loud this time. And maybe there was actually an effect that could be recognized as a smile if she had looked at herself deeply enough, or let anyone else look. For many days or years after the accident, it was gauze, then a ski mask. What a freak she was, wearing a ski mask in the summer. Wouldn't it have been funny to be mistakenly pulled over by the cops for armed robbery or something, and then when they pulled off her mask?
Well, you have to get your laughs where you can,
she thought. For the last 2 days or years, it had been the sunglasses and the scarf and the wig. She'd been waiting for the time she would not need any of these two-way masks anymore. Masks she used to hide herself from them, and to hide them from her. She had, in fact, been hiding before that day, the February 14th, either 6 or 7 days or years ago. But back then she was hiding behind a wall of booze and dope and shame. Hiding from the past, the present, and the future.
I have nothing to hide from anymore,
she told herself. Hiding hadn't worked. She hadn't been able to keep herself safe by hiding. Not even before that particular bourbon and crystal meth soaked February 14th of the long-forgotten year or day. So she stood in front of the mirror and dropped all her walls and pretensions, all of her hopes and fears, all of her guilt and pain. She dropped the wig and the scarf and the oversized movie star sunglasses and the whole facade of normality, the false illusions, those two imposters, beauty and ugliness. She looked deeply into the mirror for the first time in either 6 or 7 years or days. She wasn't sure which. But one thing she was sure of. She was beautiful for the first time in her life.